Joining us now for more on this, we have Yahoo Finance Editor-in-Chief Andy Serwer. And Andy, we're seeing this reaction in the markets today. Like Jared was just saying, on an intraday basis, Dow off over 20%. He was saying that this could actually trigger more selling here in the short term.
Yeah, and like Jared was saying, Sean, it's just a number and it's just a percent, but it is significant because it sets off alarm bells. And I guess it's not that surprising. I mean, given what's going on with the coronavirus and the oil shock, to name just two things, never mind interest rates, this kind of reaction is to be expected. And of course, the market had been on such a long tear. Interestingly, I was able to talk to Warren Buffett about this just yesterday. I was down in Omaha speaking with the Berkshire Hathaway CEO, and I asked him, Shauna, about what this reminds him of in terms of market history. So here's what he had to say about that. So it's March 10th, and it's the day after the stock market crashed. The Dow was down over 2,000 points. Oil cratered to $30 a barrel or so. The 10-year bond went to below 0.5%. What the heck is going on, Warren Buffett?
Well, I told you many years ago, if you stick around long enough, you'll see everything in markets. And it may have taken me to 89 years of age to throw this one into the experience. But markets, if you have to be open second by second, they react to news in a big time way. I mean, it's not like the market for real estate or farms or things of that sort. So you have to have a price, assuming, of course, we hit the circuit breaker yesterday. But it still was. It wasn't October 19th, 1987, but it was it was an imitation anyway. And the combination actually of the coronavirus and what happened with oil over the weekend. I mean, that's a big 1-2 punch.
I think when he talks about the markets, getting this 1-2 punch, as he characterized it, and, saying that if you live long enough, he's going to be 90 in 5 months, Shauna, that, you'll see everything. And one point to take away, I think, is that, these kinds of market maelstroms are always like things that happened before, but they're always a little different too, both at the same time. Like, oh yeah, this is just another, bear market. We may be entering bear territory, but, this combination of a pandemic with this maybe even secular change in the use of oil consumption-wise is something we've never seen before. And so on the one hand, it's a little bit different. On the other hand, it's kind of timeless, and you don't sell, don't panic, maybe even look to buy. On the other hand, like if you own Exxon, a lot of Exxon, should you really count on that for the next 20 years? I don't know the answer to that question, but I am posing it.
And what's interesting, Ethan Wolfman actually wrote about this a couple of days ago, but he was talking to representatives from Vanguard, and they were just in terms of what people are doing with their money now. And it seems like, from what he was saying and from the data that they were sharing, that investors overall aren't really panicking this time around. A lot of people are still buying equities and holding them for the longer term, which is something that obviously Buffett has trumpeted for years and years and years.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think there's panic selling yet, even though we're maybe at this bear market point. And, he also said in the conversation at another point that this is not like 1987, which he called a financial panic, and it's not like 2008 when there were real questions about, say, for instance, the solvency of money market funds. I mean, so far, in the financial markets, this has been a rather orderly decline. I know it's kind of hard to imagine, but actually, there haven't been these dislocations where we're concerned about the solvency, say, of certain institutions. From a healthcare standpoint, this is a very bad situation that we do not have under control. I think that's fair to say. And we will at some point, no doubt about it. But, right now, the financial markets are working.
Yeah, they certainly are. And we just had a guest at the top of the show saying that you should use these dips to add to positions. Obviously, you have to be very picky in terms of what you were adding. Like you were saying, just now might not be the time to bet on Exxon or hold Exxon for quite some time. But still, you could use this to your advantage if you choose to.
And people are asking, and I'm sure they're asking you, Shauna, should I buy now? And I'm saying, well, I don't know. if you buy now, you'll probably be fine in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
right?
You have to have a long-term horizon. All right, Andy, thanks so much.
Thanks.
And of course, you could check out Andy's full exclusive interview with Warren Buffett on yahoofinance.com.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.